Hey guys, welcome to Tyson's Fitness Tips podcast. If you want to lose weight, increase your energy, improve your health and fitness, and look your best, then you have come to the right place. My name is Tyson Brown. I'm a personal trainer and my job is to help you transform your body by sharing with you the most up-to-date information on health and fitness. I'm going to distill it all down for you into bite-sized actionable steps that you can take immediately to see results quickly. Now, every Tuesday and Thursday, you can expect a brand new episode, which will be a mixture of interviews with top experts from around the world in the fitness space, and as well as solo episodes from myself, sharing with you exactly what action steps you need to take to transform your health, your body, and your life. So, let's get into the show. Should you give up junk food completely? What is up, guys? It is your transformation coach Tyson Brown here. Today we are talking about, should you be giving up your food that you love completely, or should you have it in moderation? And I used to have mixed feelings about this because I used to tell people, you can have a little bit at a time, but then people would tell me that it wouldn't work. And I was like, what do you mean it doesn't work? It works perfect for me. Like, I can have one piece of dark chocolate a day and be done with it, but other people can't. And this is coming from the book that I've been reading recently called Better Than Before. And what she discusses in the book is that we're all different. We all have different personality traits, and she talks about people being two different types. She talks about people who are abstainers and people who are moderators, right? And so you've got to think about what is going to be able to suit you more, and what aligns with you. Are you someone who needs to just completely abstain from everything, or can you moderate yourself can you moderate yourself to having something per day? And this is what I talk about. This is where the cheat meal comes from, because I think some people can abstain for a certain amount of time, but then they like having that type of cheat meal. But then other people like me, I don't need one big cheat meal. I can be eating I can still eat the same type of food every day, and then just have a little bit of indulgence. Today I had some chocolate peanut butter, and I had a couple of tablespoons because it fits into my daily macros, and that's it. I don't have to go crazy. I could eat the whole jar, but I'm not going to, and I don't actually go for it every day either. It just comes when I had the craving, I'll just have a little bit and that's it. But then there are other foods where I have to abstain from, otherwise I'll go nuts. So like I said before, with dark chocolate, I can literally keep dark chocolate in my pantry for 2 or 3 weeks, maybe have one piece a day if I'm lucky. Some days I won't even have it, some days I will, so it just depends. At the moment I've been having it in my smoothie, but I can stop at one piece of chocolate, and a lot of people, they can't do that. So you've got to think about, are you an abstainer? Are you someone who needs to completely cut it out, or can you have it in moderation? Now, the funny thing about this though is that different people can abstain from different things and moderate different things. So like I said, I can moderate my dark chocolate, but if there was something like, let's say, cake, it's so hard, just because of the sugar and the fat, it's so hard for me to be able to actually abstain from that, to be able to moderate that. So I honestly need to have it in and get rid of it straight away, or I need to make sure that it does not come into contact with me at all, because I just cannot keep it in the house. I have to abstain from something like cake, or let's talk about potato chips. I can just have a couple of potato chips and be satisfied. But some other foods, they're just the trigger foods for me, and I know I cannot moderate them. I have to abstain from them. And so when you realize what this is for yourself, whether you have that type of personality, whether you're a moderator or you're an abstainer, and then realizing where do you moderate and where do you abstain? Where do you, can you have one glass of wine a night? Or are you someone who goes, no, I need to have 3 or 4 glasses to wind down per se? Well, then you should probably abstain from it completely. And when you start understanding yourself and realizing what foods are going to trigger that and what foods aren't, what are your trigger foods, what are not, then you know what you can't keep in the house and what you can keep in the house. Actually, I've got a perfect example for you guys. Ice cream. If I have ice cream in the house, it will be gone, okay? I can moderate it, but it will be gone very, very quickly. And if I have one of those binge days, I'll just completely go nuts with it. That's why I cannot keep it in the house, and that's why if I do go to have it, it will be for one night. I'll go and buy a small pint, or I'll go to let's say Gelatissimo or whatever it is, and I'll just have that, and that'll be it, because I'm not bringing it back in the house with me, as I know I'm just going to overindulge in it, right? And that's one of my trigger foods. So I've got ice cream, I've got cake. It's really those sweet, sugary foods, okay? But like I said, like with the dark chocolate, I'm okay with dark chocolate. It doesn't really bother me. So you've got to find out, okay, is ice cream okay with you, or is it not okay with you? And when you start to realize and become aware of those foods that are triggers, you completely cut them out, okay? That's when you have to abstain from them, because otherwise they become a massive problem like they do for all of us, right? And that's where the belly fat comes in. That's where you feel like crap. That's where you beat yourself up, because you know it got brought into the house and it was a no-go. And this is where you also, so a lot of you have partners, or a lot of you have husbands and wives, or girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever. These people have got to be in line with you too, because if they're not in line with you and they're bringing in your trigger foods, that's a big problem, because you're not going to be able to lose that weight. You're not going to be able to say no every single day. One day you're going to come home, you're going to feel low on energy, and you're just completely going to go nuts. Then you're going to beat yourself up, you're going to have the extra belly fat, and you're going to feel like crap at the end of the day. So what you need to think about is talking to your spouse, talking to your partner, letting them know, hey, this ice cream cannot come in the house. It is a trigger food for me. Now, I'm actually glad I've just got housemates, so I only buy the food for myself. And so I know that that's a trigger food for me, and I just do not buy it, period. Do not bring the ice cream into the house. Do not bring the cake into the house. Well, I don't really eat cake unless it's someone's birthday anyways. But as soon as I get it, I've got to get rid of it. And that was the same as when it was my birthday. My client made me a huge cake. And she's like, I know you like cake. I bought you this. And I was like, oh my God. And it was really big. And so I was like, okay, I've got to get rid of this really, really quickly. Otherwise, I know that I'm going to overconsume it. Like, I'm going to eat it all, and it's going to make me feel terrible. So what I did is I cut myself a piece of that cake, bigger than what you would usually cut for a piece. Because I was like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy it today. I'm going to have a good piece. Every other piece I cut up and I gave to somebody else, because I did not want that cake coming back with me and just being there, tempting me every single day, laughing in my face, being there, because that temptation, it's so easy for when you're feeling tired, when you want some energy, when you come home from work because you missed a meal. It's easy for you to go and just go nuts, right? And so I knew ahead of time, even though I didn't realize this, like until I actually read the book, I'm like, hey, I did that. I knew ahead of time that if I did this, it's like I just got to get rid of it now, because it's one of my trigger foods. And so when you identify those trigger foods, write them out, like know exactly what it is. And then test things. Like, you're not always going to know which one a trigger food is and which one's not. You've got to test to find out, to see what a trigger food is for you. Maybe you're someone who can have, sorry about the wind, maybe you're someone who can have potato chips in the house. Maybe that's just fine for you. Maybe you can have ice cream. Maybe you can have just 2 teaspoons of ice cream a night. Or are you someone who wants to abstain for a longer period of time to really go harder to goal, and then have a, let's say, cheat meal type of thing? But the main key thing is you start to understand yourself. And this is where I've got to start change. This is where I also realize I've got to start changing how I'm teaching people, because I say, no, you should have everything, have moderation. But that's because I can moderate most things, right? Most foods I can moderate, some I have to abstain. But when I say everything in moderation, like, some people don't understand that and they can't do it. It has to be all or nothing. And if you're that type of person, there's nothing wrong with that. You've just got to know that that's you, and you've got to apply that advice to yourself. So what I say is, have a think about what your trigger foods are, okay? Is it ice cream? Is it potato chips? Because it could be a healthy food, that could still be a trigger food, and it could be a lot of calories. Like, let's say nuts, for example. People can go through bags of nuts at a time because they taste good, they're really healthy. But if you're having way too many, well, then they're not going to be beneficial for you, and then maybe nuts should not be in your diet, or they should only be, you should bag them up into certain little, 30 grams at a time or something like that, or whatever you can do, because you know that if you had those, you're just going to completely eat the whole bag, and that's going to be backfire towards you too. So figure out what exactly your trigger foods are, what you can moderate from, and then apply it from there. And then that way, every single day you're like, okay, this is not coming to the house. Once in a while it's fine, but I just have to abstain from it. If you're someone who works for eating strict clean food for the whole week and then having one cheat meal, a cheat meal, not a cheat day too. That's what a lot of people get confused about. You do not go binge craziness when you have that cheat. You have it for one meal, you enjoy the food, and that's it. So guys, that is the video. You do not have to completely cut out chocolate if you're someone who can tolerate it, but if you can't, maybe you do. That is your Tyson Fitness Tip podcast. Now, can you please do me a massive favor before you sign off? I want to get to as many people as I can, and I need your help. Can you please go to the iTunes store, give me a 5-star rating and a review, just telling people what you think of the podcast. Do you like it or do you not like it? Give it a 1 star if you don't like it. Why not? This just allows me to reach other people and help them achieve their health and fitness goals. So, thank you very much for that. Until next time, speak to you guys. Hey, thanks for listening to the podcast. I really appreciate it. Before you go, can you please do me a massive favor and share this podcast with one friend or family member who you think would benefit from listening? All you have to do is open up your podcast app, click on those 3 dots next to the episode and click on share episode. Then you can text or email it to that friend or family member and tell them to check it out. Also, if you guys want to connect with me, I am on all social media platforms, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you want to find me, it's at TysonBPT. TysonBPT. Also, if you guys like the podcast, please go to iTunes and leave me a rating. This helps me get up the rankings and it also helps other people find me so I can help them improve their health and fitness. Once again, thanks for listening and I'll see you on the next episode.